Alrighty, let's get cracking. Good day, Karub. It's good to see you. Things are good. It's nice and warm today. We're gonna go out for a walk in the park after the stream, which is nice. How about you? Stressed-ish. Fire alarm testing today. I also have to go back to work properly tomorrow. None of those things are good. I also have some BS meeting that is going to kill my brain cells later. I know the feeling, and that sucks. There's nothing worse than unnecessary meetings. An example, I sent my clients a diagram of their network, and they frustratingly asked, "What paper did you use for this diagram?" I replied with none. He doesn't unlock. I'm almost at getting all achievements for Bloodstained. I loves that game. Don't know anything about it, I don't think. What is it? It is Gothic horror action side-scrolling RPG set in 18th century England. That sounds amazing, actually. And it looks pretty gosh darn cool too. Neat. Very chesty enemy. No, that looks badass. Somewhat related question. Did you watch the Bethesda E3 conference? No, I didn't. I did watch Watery Tart suggested music video of what's his face? Tim something? basically tell me lies. What was that song? Does that tell me lies? Todd's Sweet Little Lies. That was funny. So I'm assuming it had something to do with that. Todd Howard, yeah. That was really funny. During the Bethesda conference, there was a guy yelling every time they said something about ESO. It turns out that guy was president of the company that made Bloodstained. Oh, that's weird. Exploding. Sudden severing of his... Yeah, it's better. It's not good, but better. If get West state ID 13 is not equal to 2 or is equal to 2, then we set the resistance as else. We're gonna set by default his resistances are low, so set Hey Protopoly, how you doing? Good morning to you. It's afternoon, 10 past 2 in the afternoon. East Coast America with an accent. I'm in Alberta, Canada. I am in Scotland. Bonnie, Scotland. I delayed it on tick there, just to show it. I don't like that at all. That should be separated out. Elements. Resistances. Life and I have a friend from Glasgow, but his accent is very, very strong. Well, if he's born and raised in Glasgow, then yeah. That does not surprise me. I wonder if I can I do a totem? Life resistance. Oh my god, you didn't game dev and chill? That's pretty cool. Can I do that too? Hell yeah, you can. Does that work on anyone? Hi Jinyag, good to see you. What you doing? Working on the Black Tower. Finishing up a boss fight. Right now I'm just checking if I've identified a bug. Do you use multiple screens? Yes, I've got two. Good, thank you. Yourself? I'm also good. So he's got 25% life resist. We chuck down a little totem. Right. So his resistance is weakened. Negative 12.5%. It was, wasn't it? So I don't understand is why he doesn't react to it. It's fine, I'm just surprised. Anyway, let's move on. Let's just check that he actually dies as I want him to. That would be great. Why is he not dying? Why you not dying, bro? Health less than 0 should still be a kill. Is damage separated out of this? No, but that's just knockback. I'm ordering some new Arduino stuff, starting to automate my home. What kind of stuff are you gonna do? I find that kind of things relatively interesting, but you know, the off-the-shelf solutions for smart home stuff are pretty boring. Like, ooh, I can turn the lights on remotely. Whoop-de-doo. I ran LED soft lighting strips on all my rooms. That sounds cozy. Well, this is silly. Why is this silly? 16 waterproof CCD cameras around my property using Internet of Things. Unless the automation follows you between the rooms, what's the point? Good question. Weird ass song. Where's he getting that much life from? All of a sudden he's got 1,000, but that's because I. I don't know where he's got 15k from anyway. Oh, is that because it's a multiplier? That's why. The system will track you between rooms using IR basters. Alright, so it does track you in between rooms. That's pretty cool. I like that. Although, still alive. Thanksgiving doesn't work without my IR turkey baster. Hello, Walter. What language is this? Is Lua. When do you know you use a variable way too much in your code? When you start abbreviating until it is 1 or 2 letters. Hey, Danaxi, are you experiencing that right now? Come at me, bro. So if he's on screen, it works. Is it because he's off screen? I've seen it in your code, and I do the same for Delta. Oh, that is a default thing, actually. But yeah, if that was called like Delta time, that would suck. I agree. How are you doing, Danaxi? Fine, thanks you. How's gaming doing? It is doing good. Good progress. Using a time control system called Chronos. Give me playbacks, pause, rewind, etc. Black Tower. true. Is it Black Tower boss in one word? I don't think it is. It is, that's what I meant rather. It's not split. Okay, that's fine. How you doing yourself? I'm doing good myself also. It is easy to equate game dev progress with personal status, but they are separate things. It's good to remember that. What is this? Right, so the music's working. And then we go over here. It's very quiet for you guys probably hear. And this is working also. And then I guess I'll just beat this guy. And then if we go back here, it should go back to the other music. And here there's no music now because this is over. Right, that sounds good to me. Can I report you for cheating? Hell yeah, you can. Maps. F34 is that. And that has no music, which is correct. I wonder if these guys should have any ambient noise. We'll see. Regardless. So the only other thing I wanted to do was place a checkpoint there. It's not the map I wanted. This is gonna freak people out. Checkpoint right before scary room. That can only mean one thing. I'm always freaked out good. That's the way I want it. My wake alarm just went off. I'm up earlier than my alarm today. Oh jeez. What time is it in Alberta? Half past 7 in the morning. Yeah, so you've been up nice and early. I usually get up at 6:45, 7. Almost bonked my mouse there. Hey, Bolo de los Tomaco, long time no see. I'm good, how are you? Woke up naturally at 6 today. Hopefully that's because you're raring to go rather than feeling anxious or anything. That's usually why I would get up early. Right. So that's actually pretty simple. Basically should just be checkpoint there. That's all we want. of course it didn't export it or anything like that, so yeah. Here we go. Thank you very much, Bolodostomako, for the sub. I think my alerts are still broken. That sucks. But I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I have a day job that I'll leave for in 50 minutes. That's cool. Hello, Maromaro, how you doing? Okay, so I need to export this. What would be your tips if somebody asks you for advice about GameTab? I would say my top advice would be ask specific questions. I'm joking, but seriously, what kind of advice are you looking for? Something that I have seen recently that rubbed me the wrong way was somebody said, like, they seemed like young, like teenager or something, and they said like, oh, I want to do game dev, but like my mom doesn't support me or something. And people said, oh, just do it, you gotta do it and stuff like that. And I'm like, yes, but you gotta know what you're getting yourself into, because it's not a get rich quick scheme if you're an indie. Regardless of what you do, it's going to be hard work, because indies got to work hard, and people in like AAA studios got to work even harder. So you got to be sure that you want to do it, and it's going to be hard work, and you're not going to get particularly well paid for it. So it kind of annoyed me a little bit that people were just like, yeah, just gotta follow your dream, man. You can follow your dream as long as you know what you're getting yourself into. And yes, Maromaro, I am good, and I'm glad to hear you are too. Good news, I started learning Lua. That's cool. How are you finding it? Is that not working? Could I not add the reference? I did. Lower expectations, I heard this one before anymore. Well, I guess you lower your expectations if you expect it to be an easy job that nets you a lot of money, yes. Anymore, it depends on if there's anything specific you're interested in. I didn't give it a code, that's why. Right, well, I'll hit you with another thing. I already use CPP, so it's easy to a certain extent. That's cool. I'll hit you with another thing. Planning and scheduling. You could essentially do well if your game goes gold. I don't know what going gold means, but it's kind of the same as traditionally people that want to be pop stars. It's kind of the same thing. You'll have... Hello Slacker, hello Bez. You watching me while you work? Huh? Fail to plan, plan to fail. Yep, that's true. But yeah, so I would compare it to like people wanting to be pop stars. There'd be like a couple of dozen that are super mega wealthy and rich and stuff like that, and then there's going to be tens of thousands that make nothing. I guess it's not as bad as that, but there are loads of people that work really hard that aren't going to make much. I think that the average earnings for indies must be terribly low. But yeah, planning. You gotta plan, because that's been my most, like one of my biggest failures on this project is that I haven't adequately tracked the time taken so far, and more importantly, the time left on tasks. So now I have a spreadsheet where I've listed out all the tasks I need to do, allocated an estimated time required, and then I use that to, it shows me when, if everything goes to plan, the game will be done. And that stresses me the hell out, which is great, because that means I work harder. And without that, it would probably take twice as long, so I'm glad I've got that now. For the next project, for sure, I'm going to take development time into consideration and make sure that I plan a project and allocate time to the different tasks to make sure that it's actually finishable, because this is too big. So that's another one. Feel what you're saying. That's good. That's for most projects, I guess. That is true, yep. But I guess just because, you know, just because you're an indie dev doesn't mean you can ignore, I know that's not what you're saying, but you can't ignore things from other disciplines. Like, you gotta still be a good salesman, you know, in terms of the marketing and stuff. Without good marketing, you know, the build it and they will come is a very bad plan to have. Yes, maybe you make some kind of amazing, successful thing, but that's so unlikely. So you gotta be good at other stuff that isn't game dev. I think he's making a Soviet Union joke. Get a dealer from the street. They're good at selling if your product is right quality, they said. Why didn't I think of that? Have you never tried Godot Engine? I haven't, no. Have you? I've heard good things about it, but I haven't tried it myself. Sup, Tartarino? Yeah, you're working on it. What do you think? Do you like it? It goes well. I just finished, I think I finished the Black Tower there. I added dialogue for the Archmage and triggered your music for the boss fight. Pretty exciting stuff, gotta say. Maybe a small new. What's new with you, Tart? You use the editor in default or something else? I use VS Code for programming. Not much, man. World of Warcraft gave me free game time and roped me back in. So Donaxi just mentioned something about drug dealers? Sounds like that's exactly what happened to you. Blizzard Crack is back on the street. Yeah, rip Watery Turret. So again, we don't need a Camo Archer. We don't need a Yeti or an Ogre. We could do the Yeti, but one of the great things about being poor, never got on Blizzard Crack. I avoided it as well, just because I saw my friends getting addicted. Do we not have the Yeti? Winter Ogre. Well, that's funny. Let's do an enemy. Okay, no. So actually pretty standard stuff. To be fair, I don't like online RPG. It's too much pressure to play and to keep leveling. Yeah, I don't like it either, probably for that reason, but also I don't fancy multiplayer in that way. I don't want to play with strangers. I think that's really weird. I would play with friends, but not with random people. That's so weird. So all those, that's what, 5? Uh-huh. So basically the same thing except chucking the Yeti as well, which was just purely me, but that's okay. You can always hack. Yeah. Playing with friends is never an option if you don't have friends, I guess. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, I just don't fancy the thought of it. Idiots. I guess I don't have to expand on that. Idiots. So I'm thinking of leaving the entrance hallway empty and this one and just have Fate Spike here. Kind of stuck in a loop in that situation. Yes, I will tell you my experience on a cracked World of Warcraft server. You start playing, you meet someone that has the same level as you and you start tagging along, you disconnect, and when you arrive he's 10 levels above you. You need to find someone else or level in a hurry and it becomes a loop. If you don't want to meet new people, how are you going to know new people to play with? Yeah, you got a point, but then I don't really... Because I've never done that before, I've never really made friends through gaming. I've made some contacts through streaming, but, you know... I mean, look at Watery Tower, I'd definitely not call us friends. But you know what I mean, like, I've got IRL friends that I hang out with all the time, and it's kind of different. Maybe, I guess, if you're playing hours and hours of World of Warcraft every day, then there you go. Braj doesn't have friends. Oh. Contact. That's funny. Hey, Slater. I don't know, I've heard so many stories of people meeting friends through World of Warcraft, and I'm like, how? No one talks to each other in the game anymore. That's a shame. They aren't your friends, they just tolerate your presence. Uh-huh. Did you just laugh at your own joke? I know that story. Being friends with no-lifers, you go to work, come back, they're 20 levels higher than you, still with stick hitting level 5 mobs. Okay, dokie. An actual real life barrage. Hey, Bad Gray, how you doing? Contact zone. That was funny, man. Tired, but I'm not quite sure why. I might have to take a walk for a little bit to get fresh air or something to wake up. That sounds like a good idea. Coffee just isn't doing it for me right now. Yeah, I really like going for a walk for like a head clear. It's good. What if your so-called no-lifers think you're the no-lifer? A vicious cycle. I got better at games because I always have to play catch-up with the pros. Pros before bros. I'm on an age that I don't care to be a pro. We can all tell. Now they don't invite me into games until they are at least level 20. Yeah, my best friend met his ex through World of Warcraft, and to this day I'm effing shocked about it. Well, if I met someone in World of Warcraft and they introduced themselves as their ex, as my ex to me, then I'd be like, I don't think I want to know you. I butchered that. That sucked. Quick warning, starting tomorrow my typing speed will go down considerably because I'm going to be switching my keyboard layouts to the Dvorak layout to get good at it again. It's been like 5 years since I last used it, so I lost most of my muscle memory for it. Well, you are one of the most verbose people to come into chat, so you'll probably allow everybody else to catch up. Hello, Kev. The only reason I met her is because she messaged him at this. The only reason I met her is because she messages him at the same time each year. What is that? What? Verbosity is my middle name. Bye, Verbosity Grey. So I got roped in with playing World of Warcraft with them, and the joy was somehow sucked out of the game. That's not even funny, but I think it's funny. What have you done, Tart? In before Fates of Ort goes multiplayer MMO. I keep thinking about what to do next. My most recent idea was couch co-op or something. I wonder if that would be. It's one of these because it's like a niche thing, which means the market's smaller, but maybe it's underserved. I don't know. Something like Lovers in a Dangerous Space-Time or something like that. Fates of Ort, the MMO where that one AFK dude has paused the game for 5 hours for everyone. Yes, yes. And it is what you're going to start using when we find Flash finally in the museum. I'm just using that for sketching. Like I'll find something else to sketch in. It's fine. Right, Susan Tart. Couch co-op would be pretty legit. What's your question, Slater? Or is that question mark just that's a bad idea? And that Final Fantasy music brings back memories. Nice. Chambers. I do not know the term, but I'm looking it up now. Oh, it literally just means co-op on the same what do you call it? Not console, but you know, thing. That makes sense, right? Sure. Rather than online. Yeah, couch required. Yeah, split screen. That's another one. I've worked on one couch co-op and we'll start working on one in a month. I have friends who made a couch co-op offline only and they sold horrible, but it comes down to the game, of course. Yeah, for sure. Was it only co-op? Split screen local, these kids and their newfangled jargon, yeah. One controls the left side and the other right side of the couch, like that gave me the toaster. Essentially, multiplayer without internet tubes. Yeah, I don't like the internet tubes. But yeah, well that's one thing I was thinking. Nobody's friends are hell. I'm making a survival game, I know that market is saturated. It's all friggin' saturated, man. You do what you want to do, I think. We'll see how I get along in my totally not saturated market of isometric RPGs. You know what's saturated? De-aging in films. What does that mean? Oh, are you making a joke? I think you're making a joke. The one that sold terrible was a PvP type of game, so it wasn't really for single player. They had a single player mode, but it wasn't that fun alone. The game itself. Yeah, right. Well, so I think I haven't really thought it through very much, but I did think that it would have to be pretty fun even on your own. Otherwise, it would... I love your dad joke hive mind. Love it. But yeah, I would think that if I made something like that, it would need to be fun without another player. Does that exist? I haven't played Lovers in a Dangerous Spacetime, but I'm pretty sure you can play it with AI. If the game is fun alone and also fun with friends, then you're better off, I think. But then I guess the danger is that if you try too hard to make that happen, then, you know, are you making a couch co-op game at all? Or are you just making a fun single-player game? Do you get more sales specifically for being a couch co-op game? I guess that's some kind of research to be made, but it's... I guess, is there a lot of games? I think that's the problem, is that there's not a lot of games, and that could either be because there's not a good market for it, but so then that would mean that it's an opportunity, or it could mean that there's no market for it because it's bad. I don't know. Hyperlight Drifter has couch co-op, and is it good or is it tacked on? Couch co-op games must sell really well because of nostalgia. Well, I mean, I don't. One of the main reasons I'm thinking of it is because it just really fits. It really fits my life situation. So, Kat and I look for games that we can play together, but it's kind of tough to find something good. I just saw the trailer for Zombieland 2. Thought I hated it for a bit, but then I remembered that there's a bit of satire or irony to it, so they're allowed to do all the cliches and overblow them. Could be a good junk food movie to watch without having to think hard for it. Yeah, probably. Couch co-op inherently makes less games. Only one person purchases for two. It makes less money. Okay. Yes, but I need so few. Many. I think it's few. So few sales to break even that stuff like that doesn't really matter. I just need to access the people that buy. Yeah, this song, man. For example, I bought Overcooked to play with friends that I never hang around with. Well, my friends play Overcooked all the friggin' time. Like, insane amounts. Hammer Watch is really good, by the way, both alone and with friends, so that's something to check out then. Written down Hammer Watch. Don't you love indie dev life where the biggest cost is time and really bad at figuring out what our time is worth? I know what my time's worth, 0. That's what it feels like anyway. No, yeah, I get it. I get it. Can you just do Bez joke yourself? Because I don't want to take that. Knock knock, it's a Serb, yay! Bet you're really patriotic. So is it Chambers Racket? That's fine. And then we want to go up to the lounge. You're tired. Just because it isn't selling, because then it will be really valuable. Maybe. Maybe. Start using the list, yes. Thanks for the suggestion. It is way better. It might be a personal question, but you work alone in the sense that you hire an artist or music composer for a specific piece, or do you have a revenue split with those that you work with? It's a bit of a combination of stuff. We kind of do it as we go. I've done both. Mostly it's revenue split. I'm going here, lounge, and then master bedroom. Round 3, that's nuts. Is that the Bears? Didn't know if there was a recent scenario about this topic. I was just curious. That's right. With any luck, I should be able to make friends with some bigger gamers on YouTube and Twitch in the next year if you need anyone to play the game publicly to help promote it. Hell yeah, that'd be awesome. You fail to use it in the right way though. What's that? What's the right way? Don't Trello shame me, man. Can't believe you do that. Make the list first, check off one. I am making the list here. So I'm noticing maps that need rewards in them. So I'm adding them as I discover them, and then later I'm going to go through all these and add rewards to the maps. How are you going couch co-op without solving the game pack? Oh, not for Fates of War. I'm just talking about my next project altogether. Trello GitHub project boards is where it's at. Well, I'm barely using any of the functionality of Trello, so I'm sure you're still using Trello. Is that Trello's your secret side piece action thing? I don't even know the terminology. Check the beautiful burb I 3D printed. Here is burb. Look how big that is. That's a chungle bird. Can't believe you'd call Trello Senpai a side piece. Watch me. That's a weird map. Wait, I was seeing the Water Tower video, so it's another game and not Fates for couch co-op. Was that it? I don't know what the video is, but yes, I was talking about my next game, nothing to do with Fates of War. I haven't used GitHub projects yet. I've been waiting for GitHub to introduce something like that for years and just never got around to using it yet. I see. This could just be basically a Mega Mage or Mage Knight, Warrior Mage, that's what we call them. So this had a mean jokes to do about your plans, but I'll remain silent. I appreciate that. So, castle, master bedroom. Should I do it? Should I get a takeout? You know what's happening already. You know. I guess we need to put in a reward in the lounge as well. It's been weeks. Well, then you've deserved it. Unless you're gonna kick off another habit. I have advice. Well, it's not advice because I'm no expert. I have an opinion based on random facts removed from my ass. Anyway, here it goes. Sorry, I didn't hear that. Was too busy ordering it. Nice. That's what you getting. Thick burger. I think after Fates of War you should do some mobile game. You have some nice skills and some great ideas. You should do a mobile game so you would have another income. You'd waste less time doing that and then you should go for a bigger project. Oh, Artist of Death, thank you very much for the follow. I missed it because my alerts aren't working, if you're still here. So I agree with you to some extent. I agree smaller project is a good idea. Mobile game? Not sure. I think if Steam is competitive, then from what I've heard about mobile games is that it's just insanely competitive. And I'm just not sure that's the right move. You know? Mobile games might seem like hot shit to do, but the success rate isn't anywhere near as high as people think. It's even more saturated than PC gaming. True, but that's the part that you have having great ideas, interesting game. But I don't think I have great ideas. I'm not trying to poop on myself, but I think I have average ideas at best. And then I guess I'm like kind of good at executing them and stuff. There's a lot of cross-release between mobile and Steam now. It's kind of all the same. Yeah, I'm just a little bit skeptical. I don't think the mobile games are the hidden kind of grail of success for me. I'm not against it. These two ideas from Ludum Dare were great. Well, okay. Maybe what you're saying is I should keep it simple because the point of those games were the whole point was to make them small. I find a lot of times I dream too big. You know, I find myself thinking about the next project and it basically ends up being another Fates of Work sized thing. And I guess that's kind of when it becomes very samey. Simple is the best thing for mobile. Well, yeah. Like a puzzle game trying to solve a traffic problem outside your window, it's unsolvable. Simple is the best thing for mobile, sure, but it's... You kind of... Simple in the sense of not limited, but elegant would be really valuable for a Steam game as well. So I was answering the joy, did we come to consensus on Shadowrun 4? Yeah, that I'm not going to make it. Oh shit, can't believe you've done this. Doing a mobile version of Fates of Art could work since you already have content in place. I'd need to rewrite the thing from scratch. It's garbage in that sense. How did you know I was going to do that? Did I say that before you wrote it? That's crazy. Oh, that just hit my heart, man. How can you say that about your creation nearing the end of it? Well, first of all, I tried just building it for mobile, and it just doesn't work at all. Just because it's not even optimized for PC. Let's be real. But yeah, it wasn't working. Don't worry. Don't think Fates would work on mobile, but well, that's just my experience. I hate mobile controls that aren't tap and swipe. Yeah, like on-screen joysticks and stuff. Well, that's another thing. It is kind of hard to make games still for mobile, I think. I knew you guys should be here. Not if you keep it simple like the Ludum Dare ideas. I get what you mean. I think what Water Retard was saying and what I was saying that is just too competitive. I think that's the problem. Other idea, what if you let somebody else do platform rewrite? I guess, but who would want to? I mean, you're free to do it if you want to, but that sounds kind of nuts. Is that room inaccessible? I like that. It's weird. That shitty voodoo company must make millions of pounds with games. Really simple. Is that a mobile games company? Well, you say that, like, you call them shitty, and they probably are, but they invest a lot of money into making games extremely addictive. And you gotta compete with that. Even if you're like, oh, I want to make real games, whatever, you still have to compete with people that are, like, really good at making Skinner boxes, for instance. I don't know, man. I think you cannot just say yes like that and think a bit more about its implications. Well, I don't know how it would work on mobile, for instance, at all. I mean, it would be great, but I just don't think it's realistic, basically. Wow, they've made a lot of games. One-trick pony games and lots of marketing. Always top games. Yeah, well, that's one of the things you're competing with. Fates of War as an ARG game, walk in real life to move in game. Now we're talking. I don't know what ARG stands for, but I know what you mean, like Pokemon Go, basically. Augmented reality, right? Cool, thanks. We won't use OBS definition this time. Still salty that Barrage isn't making pixel art Shadowrun. Maybe one day. I kind of want to play some enemies here, but I don't know. Because you could just... I guess if you wanna, that's fair. Did I export that? Last thing I'll say on it, I think we'd nail a Cyberpunk game. Well, could use the Fates of War engine, reskin it Cyberpunk, change the enemies and the spells and stuff. It's possible. But I mean, a lot of the game ideas I'm coming out with they're not skinned, so to speak. So, you know, if we make like a space game, then, you know, that could have a cyberpunk vibe. Fates of Cyber, yeah. I was thinking, you probably would hate this, Watery Tart, but I was thinking of making some kind of historical fantasy set in medieval Scotland or something to get that sweet, sweet Creative Scotland grant money. I imagine that is your idea of hell. But it wouldn't be like Ouija stuff, it would be like... Why would I hate that? Just because you hate Scotland. But actually maybe the fantasy stuff kind of overrides it. But yeah, it would be like researching like old Scottish lore. I don't know if there were any like gods and stuff before Christianity and things like that. Witcher 4. Yeah. We could do the prison, that's pretty easy. I know we're just gonna put the Metal Knight down there. That's not the prison. Going to head out now, take care everyone. Alright Kev, see you later. All of our mythology before Christianity is Celtic stuff and Norse mythology. Which could be pretty cool. I don't know, I basically pictured like, I suppose it'd be hard with the mountains and stuff because that doesn't really work in Fates of War, but you know, doing Glencoe, like Highlands areas like Rannochmore and stuff like that. Should clarify that I don't hate Scotland, I just have bad connotations with Glasgow. I think I talked myself to that point as well. So I see what you mean. What kind of game would it be? Pretty similar to Fates of War, but I would think I would change something around Fates of the Jacobites. I'd want to avoid anything that had like real, wouldn't want to make a kind of sectarian game or anything connected like that. Just pure like Scottish pre-modern civilization fantasy kind of thing. Maybe an action RPG, maybe. The game you're describing sounds like Kingdom Come Deliverance. I guess that is wrong. I've heard of that, but I don't know much about it. We had warlocks here in the 18th century. What? Although that said, I would have to... What I would want to change is probably the map system. Revamp that entirely because to make it a continuous scrolling thing, because that wouldn't work with an ARPG with these tiny maps that loads like that wouldn't really work. So I'd have to have continuous scrolling and I would need to optimize it as well. So I don't know. Tons of occult people in Scotland at a certain point. Well, that'd be cool. But yeah, it was just an idea I had. Like, I don't hate the idea. It would be great because I already have the engine pretty much ready, and it would be very easy to pitch to Creative Scotland or whatever grant agency that could provide some money to fund it, which would be awesome. Wait, that's a Mega Knight. I don't want Mega Knight. I want Metal Knight. So it's an idea, but it's not top tier. I don't have a top tier idea. It's good that I've got like 9 months until this game is finished, because I don't have an idea yet. Do Creative Scotland actually do significant grants? Yeah, they would do quite a lot. Maybe you should do a game where you were a plague doctor in Edinburgh and then you would be closing sick people inside their houses, bricking their doors. I mean, I love the plague doctor vibe, but it's so overdone, isn't it? It's a shame because I guess everybody likes it. Everybody thinks it's cool. That's why everybody has done plague doctors. So can't really do that anymore. I know the film industry is starting to get bigger because of the new sound stages. Oh, I didn't know that at all. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what you mean significant, but significant for me. You know, especially tacking on with actually expecting to make some game sales at the end of it. More than $5 grand? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I don't know why Tile's starting to crash recently. Kind of weird. How did it get in there? Oh, should be okay. I should really get back to studying tomorrow. So when's your next exam? So long in between them. It kind of would have been nicer if it was just over and done with, right? Hey, I got a question about fan remakes. Is it fair use to remake an old game that was made in 2001? It's the only game of the series. Would it fall under fair use and would not get me in trouble? I don't think that has any bearing on whether it's fair use or not. So probably not fair use. You should definitely contact the person who owns the IP. Yeah. Just saying that saying that it's like abandoned and didn't have any sequels or anything, that has absolutely nothing to do whether it's fair use or not, as far as I know. Depends if you want to sell it. Yeah, I mean, no chance of selling it, and that's making it for free. I don't know, maybe, but also probably not. So in a European lore game, people would buy it from everywhere. Yeah, but there's a limit to how much research I could do being this size of studio, As far as I know, it's not on Steam. Again, that doesn't have any bearing. It doesn't need to be on Steam to have rights, Just make a European Monster Hunter. Raj, how you been? Hey, Aku TV. I'm good, how are you? I would love to see a proper fantasy noir in a Celtic setting about witchcraft, to be honest. I don't think it's really what's a Kelpie hunting? What can you expand a bit about fantasy noir in this context? I think I'm getting a vibe, but it sounds pretty appealing what you're talking about. Black Knight Witches. Guess in my head, I see this game where magic is purely mythological, but for whatever reason you have to investigate and differentiate between actual witchcraft and your usual McCarthyism shit where women are just being randomly accused of witchcraft. I think it could be a cool RPG opportunity. Sounds like you have to handle that delicately. quarry. Does sound interesting though. So this bad boy definitely needs some of that. That's a perfect place for a barrel. I think there was a show kind of based on the Crucible and McCarthyism recently, but I never watched it. It was called Salem. Didn't look that good, to be honest, but I still think there's potential with the idea. Yeah, probably. Hey, Alive Drive, how you doing? Love the cheap bricks. Yeah, it's a cool area. Hi, but from Bulgaria this time. Hey, Jelmega, how was the move? I have too many ideas. I don't have enough. That's my problem, which is kind of rare. Like, usually people just have tons of ideas, but I have a lack of them. Pretty good. Found some conference from home here, like Gouda cheese. I think that's how you say it. That's cool. I'm glad for you. I'll also get Bulgarian lessons at my job. That's cool. Is business done in English though? So it works there, but it doesn't really work here, does it? Yeah. So what I need to implement right here. English is used at the job. From what I've heard from the team lead and the team I'll be in, he thinks more than 50% plus are foreigners. Well, that's good, I guess. Object types editor. Just say if this goes into what you're thinking. You're a member of a Christian faction that investigates magic and witchcraft. At the same time, there's another faction that just uses that excuse to get power and dominate society. Your objective is to get the real practitioners of witchcraft and absolve the innocents. Starting tomorrow, this will be interesting. Well, good luck to you. Don't tell me this happens in here. Do you have a nice relocation package? Got a temporary apartment for the first month and they help with adding you to the tax agency, setting up a bank account, getting a residence permit, what you need to stay more than 3 months in Bulgaria, etc. That's great because that kind of stuff can be a pain in the butt. F me, thank you very much for the raid. Welcome everybody. How are you guys doing? I just started working a little bit on the default orientation of enemies. Currently they're all face southwest, which kind of can be annoying sometimes, so I'm trying to change that up so I can edit it as a property. How's your stream, F me? What are you working on? Yes, you can see by default they all face southwest. Is that actually... would that be enough? What happens first? I'm doing fine-ish. Started to lose my voice, been a little sick these couple of days. Well, that's not good. Hope you feel better soon. Was working on my action RPG game. Yeah, that seems to be going really well. I'm glad. Two biggest issues right now are the language barrier and the food. I'm a very picky eater. I see. What kind of food do they have? I think Bulgarian food is alright. I don't actually know much about it. To be honest, I imagine the sole purpose of the witch hunters would be primarily to hunt the actual witchers and be roped into proving the innocence of the non-witchers, but that really depends what kind of protagonist you want. Hey Spy, how you doing? I think I got the IPv6 thing for the website fixed. Then we'll be out in about a month. Wow, that is quick. These scripts. So this sets an orientation. Quick, been working on the project for 10 months. Has it been that long? Well, come on. What have I been doing? It's fixed. Yay! Thanks for the heads up about it. What I've heard, Bulgarian masaka sounds nice. Mix of meat and potatoes with an egg on top of it. That sounds good to me. If you want a reluctant and selfish character, you'd probably have them do it for reward, but if you want a more noble character, you'd create a reason for them to do it altruistically. In the Salem witch hunts, the whole thing was random people would just accuse people they had an issue with and prompt a ridiculous sort of superstition, so it could be people with power or just random villagers. Some people were just so superstitious that they'd think people were witches because they saw them at night in the woods or something stupid. You just say that because you totally would be the kind of person that would be out in the woods in the rain, being like, oh, I love the rain, it's great. And they'd be like, witch, burn the witch. Even if I'm picky, I already tried new stuff. A chicken schnitzel, different than what I'm used to, and a sauce made from tomatoes, peppers, and some spices. Well, I mean, that all sounds good, so I hope you can get accustomed to it. Alright, that's better. Really right though, it's such a good bearing in history to see how stupid fanatical religious types can be. Ah, jeez. Oh no, I'm on the thing as well. Time's also a bit weird. I'm 1 hour ahead of my home embellishment. That could be a lot worse. Or actually, to be fair, it could be much simpler. I already figured out who did the music. Yep. And then we've got an artist. And that's it. How am I building the map? I am using tiled for the map. Well, this got me into a hot, bothered state. That didn't go very well. What's your game engine? It says in the description there it's default. Can you know ice over them? Yeah, I should probably do that. I guess it's kind of a late level spell, but yeah, I guess so. Too much scrolling? It's literally literally above your question. Do you see that? Literally right above your question. I'm also living with a mythical creature now. It sucks up air and spews out cooler air. I think it's called an AC, means something like air conditioner. Very weird creature. Well, that's good. Because you were getting boiled alive in Belgium, so I'm glad to hear that. No on mobile. Okay, I retract my snark. I'll grant you that. Got your mythical creature right here. Do these guys want to be... They're actually fine mostly. Maybe these guys can be like northeast. Those map shadows are making my brain dizzy. Maybe you should go to the doctor. Shit, I was meant to point at the screen, but it just pointed at my username. Now you're a mythical creature forever. So Anti-Rune and Castle Lab. Any shadows? So these ones are fine. Is it this one? Going to top right and bottom right. I don't see it. Doker. Anyway. So the Anti-Rune. I'm kind of terrible with dirty jokes. Definitely find some tentacle boys in here. So no Yetis, but I guess that's alright. We'll place them in the snow. It's fine. How dare you know you me? I will know you you. White horse blunted. Even I don't get that one. A clean joke to Farmer hosed it up. I see what he did there. It got weird and then it got unweird. I've accepted that I don't get it, and we'll now move on. Sounds like a good idea. Sorry. Sorry, my brain is working on a quarter cup of Kofifi. Where's my Bergie? Oh, that sounds so sad. Where's my Bergie? I don't like the V, bad V. It's Kofifi. It's Kofefe. Where this guy's going to, is that Uber Eats or something? What's that? Right. We had a serious funeral in my stream today. I want to see. Sure, I would love to see a serious funeral in your stream today. He's legit going on the most insane routes. He wants your burger to have seen the world before you ingest it. Who wrote that?
With your love, I'm serious you forever. Goodbye.
What did you do to the poor frog? I can't see who wrote that. Ugh. Anyway, I'm glad it died. I'm glad it died. It deserved to die. It was a stupid frog. Need to get a pop filter. Yes, probably. Anyone watch that stream of the jar of peanut butter? It's not bad. What? Oh, you removed the asset from your game. Rip Froggo. Well, that definitely needs a big old nasty reward. These frickin' bears. Why are there so many bears there? What's going on? That's better. My birdie's here, yeah! Right, so someone legit just streaming a jar of peanut butter? $89 people, nice. Category art. Jar of peanut butter is an evolving 24/7 multimedia storytelling performance art installation streamed by Jack Dyer. It is sometimes interrupted by his other shows and raids of other artists. Beyond that pretentious description, you'll probably just have to stick around for a bit to decide what's really going on. I see. As a board game dev, writer. I posted 182 Blink 182 posts in a row on Instagram and then published those posts as a book. Yeah, he's an artist, alright. Neat. Oh, you don't think that's art, Bez? Gotta go. Then more screen real estate. Only have one screen now. Also, I'm not worth a screen. I see. I see. That's alright. Enjoy. I'll see you later, Jelmega. Gotta grab some food. Have a great rest of the stream. Bye. See you later, FME. Thank you again for the raid. You're a good dude. This song. They give me so much bacon on the fries. OMG. Well, that sounds good to me, I think. So that's the snow castle I need to complete it. Oh dang. That looks, I gotta say, the bacon does not look appetizing. I've gotta say. But if you're enjoying it, I'm happy for you. Hope it is tasty. I think it was well, it looks weird. It's like striped in different colors. I think. Just get this track stuck in my head all the time. Does this play a lot in the actual game? What's the track called? It's called the Blue Fields. Yeah, I guess if this is like any kind of overworld track, then yeah, that would make sense. Right guys, I'm gonna wrap it up there for today. Planning on streaming again tomorrow, so if you're around then I'd love to see you. Drop me a follow if you haven't already. Here are all the Fates of War social media accounts, so follow them. That would be awesome. Wishlist the game on Steam, that'll be the last link that comes up. Thank you to Bolo dello Stomaco for the resub. And thank you to FME for the raid. That is cool stuff. Thank you to everyone else for hanging out. And hopefully see you tomorrow.